Yeah, good evening, all of you. Welcome to English coaching class. I'm your English teacher, Sayyid Ashikur Rahman. Students, in our last class, we were discussing on the chapter, The Enemy. Okay, I hope everyone remember the chapter name. The Enemy, written by, just any name. Students, I just want from the very beginning, as we are already late to begin. So you must answer it was written by, yeah, someone is writing. Yeah, Pearl S. Buck. Very good. The writer name is Pearl S. Buck. In our last class, we have been discussing, it has been introduction. I have shared it. One video I have done it for that. In the beginning explanation, I have given it how Dr. Sadao, he spent his days, what he has done it, how his life was in the beginning days, why he was kept in Japan. We have discussed this things in our previous discussions. Okay, in our previous discussions we have discussed, and right now before going for the elaboration, I won't go for again recall. I will directly actually we have in chapter video number 2. I have done the recall session of number 1. Okay, video number 2 I have done the recall session of number 1. So I won't be recalling, I won't be going for the flashback again. So just I'll start where I have stopped in my last class. Wherever I have stopped in my last class, and from there I'll be beginning. I'll continue from there. Students, before going for the elaboration of the chapter, description of the chapter, just I want you to subscribe my channel and go for liking my videos, and don't forget to press bell icon button. Okay, if you have any doubt at the end, you can write it down in a personal ID, and definitely I'll return you back. I'll call you back, I'll solve your answers, and I'll definitely help you out. So before coming to the chapter, again don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to press the thumbs up, okay, like button. So I'm bringing in front of the page where we have stopped in our last class. Okay, so just see, and that will be our further discussion today. So today in our last class, we have done till the page number, which page, students, you remember? We have done 27 was done, 28 was done even, 29 was done, and even 30 I have done it. So 31, stupid Yumi behavior, we have seen it, how Yumi she behaved it. We have seen it, the reactions. And till here we have stopped it. Okay, stupid Yumi, she muttered, and she was busy and working with the man. Okay, with the man here refers to that what, in the conviction of her own superiority, she began. Means here in the beginning we are able to see that how the Yumi, the who is helping with the kids, she denied as he's an American, and the servants were not giving the common thoughts as they gave the common thought. Means they refers to the husband and wife, Dr. Sadao and Hannah. Both of them were agreed to bring this enemy, the war of prison, to the home. But here these people were not giving the one idea, means one like-minded. They were in opposite, and these people were in opposite side. Okay, so they showed as their real patriotism, that they supported their country as this wartime was there, post-war, not post-war exactly, means post-war what? This war refers to the World War II. Okay, as it was World War II, America and Japanese were in this of fight or in action to go for a dash war will begin. Okay, in this scenario we can say for them Japanese are the enemy, and for American Japanese, Americans are enemy, and for Americans, Japanese are enemy. So here these people, they saw humanitarian behavior. They brought this man to the house, but the servants did not agree. Okay, and while working with this enemy, what happened? When she had his breast bare, she dipped the small clean towel that Yumi had bought it. Now she started cleaning. In our last class, we have done it. Okay, in our last class, we have done this paragraph even. Okay, in our last class, we have done this paragraph even. So let's continue from the next. What was her thought? Seeing the young boy, okay, realizing the young boy that she went serving, cleaning, and then while she was thinking these thoughts not really liking man, better not, he was no longer a child. Okay, so as he is not a child, here in the page will start. Okay, from here this page I'll explain today, and we'll continue on further explanation. Okay, so just I was briefing the previous events connecting to the last page. Okay, so what happened? While she was thinking these thoughts, though not really liking the man, she is not liking the man, she is not supporting the man. Okay, now that he was no longer a child, he refers to whom? Yeah, he refers to whom? Here, the American prisoner of war. She kept on washing him until upper body was quite clean. So now she's cleaning the upper front body, means the face, chest, okay, so stomach, the front portion she is cleaning. But she dared not to turn him. She did not dare to turn the body. Where was Sadao? Now she is inquiring, where is he? Okay, now her anger was ebbing. The anger was growing in her. Okay, and she was anxious again. She rose, weeping, her hands on the wrong towel. Okay, so you see, when you're getting angry with something, what happened? You do commit some mistakes, and later on when you are in a normal situation, you understand. So right now she is not interested to help an enemy, but she's helping. I told you in the rat trap chapter, the Edla's character was very important. Similarly, her character is the same, playing like a Edla. Okay, now her anger was ebbing, she was anxious, and again she rose, weeping. What happened? Weeping her hands on the wrong towel. Okay, with the wrong towel, holding the wrong towel. And then the least the man be chilled. Let the man be chilled. Let the man remain like that. She put the quilt over him, and she covered the quilt over him. And now Sadao she called softly, Sadao. He had been about to come in when she called. See the words and action as if the man was ready to get enter. The similar thing event happened like that. She called very softly, slowly, Sadao, and the man enters. Slowly the words are coming, Sadao. Sadao enters. So here his hand had been on the door, and now he opened it. As if he was holding that, he opened it. She saw that he had bought his surgeon's emergency. What he has bought? His surgeon's emergency bag. And that he wore in surgeon's coat. So as you know, he is a surgeon specialist. Okay, Dr. Sadao is a specialist in surgery. He bought his uniform. As you know, the doctor, when they go for operation surgery, they wear all the uniforms, they bring their equipments, and then they go for processing of the surgery work. Similarly, this man, he bought his instruments, he bought the arrangements, and then he further continued process. Okay, so she had that, and she saw that he had bought his surgeon's emergency bag, and that he wore his surgeon's coat, and he's in a uniform as doctor get it. So he's a doctor, his uniforms are ready for the further process. Okay, students, now you can say you have decided to operate. She cried, she's shouting, she want to know you have decided to operate. Yes, he said shortly. See, when you are ready to explain someone, you come in front of them to give his or her explanation. But this man in the state, being a doctor, he's not ready to give explanation. Yes or no. Yeah, when you're not there to give explanation, very gentle, very softly, don't sometimes answer. Not answering is better. But here the wife who is helping, if you don't answer, the situation will be different. So he's answering in a very shortly, means very in a short way. Yes, only not more explanation. He turned his back to her and unfolded a sterilized towel. Means he opened a sterilized towel, opened the floor of Tokonoma alcove. Okay, Tokonoma alcove, it's alcove, you know, what we can say, like the girls use on applying on the face. Okay, or we can say jelly like, we can get it from the jelly like structure when we break that plant. It's not coming to my mouth exactly that that when you break it and you like get a jelly like structure, even that is helpful, and that is used to apply even in the face. Okay, similar that material was there in the sterilized towel, and upon the floor he just used it that the infection won't happen, the floor won't get damaged while doing the process of operation. Put his instruments upon it, and he has arranged all the instruments on that towel. That instrument won't get infection, or infections won't be affected while doing the process of surgery process. So what happened next? Fetch towels, he said. So he asked that girl, means wife, to help him in this situation. She obediently, but how anxious now to linen self. Okay, she went obediently, but how anxious now? Means she was very much anxious to help. To the linen self and took out the towel. She went to the linen self, where the things are arranged, and she took out that material, means as the towel he needed. Then there ought also be old piece of matting so that the blood would not ruin the fine floor covering. So you know where in whose room the man was lying? Any answer, students? Whose room the man was lying? Means man was arranged for the operation in whose room? Hannah's room, or Sadau's room, kid's room, or whose room is there? Or in father's room? Whose room? Just write the answer in the chat box. Let me see how you remember the answer, whose room the man was lying. Let me see whether you remember or not, in whose room the man was taken. Yeah, students, just I need the answer must be written. Whose room the man was taken? In whose room he was lying there? Yeah, come on, I need the answer. Students, you share me the answer. Whose room the man was lying? Yeah, the answer is coming. Let me see what someone has written. That's some answer. No, Hannah, it's wrong answer. It's wrong. It's not Hannah. Whose room the man was lying? Whose room? It's a house of Sadaus and Hannah. Fine. I'm not talking about the house. Whose room, students? Just try to draw. You answer. It may be wrong, but I need the answer. I need more answers. Whose room? Students, yeah, come on, your answer. You can write it down, your answer here. Whose room it was? Whose room it was? Yeah, any answer? Any answer? Whose room it was? Any more answer? Any more answer? Whose room the man was lying? The man was American soldier was lying. He has arranged there to take a rest, not to take rest, operation process. Whose room? It was their hand. Sadau's father. Sadau's father room. The man was very much, what was the man? Man loves full hardcore Japanese. He does not accept anything if it won't be Japanese. If it won't be Japanese, he won't be accepting in his room. So everything was full of Japanese style. Okay, he was true patriot. The example of patriot we can give it. The man. Who is this man? This is Sadau's father. Okay, so this room where this man was lying is Sadau's father. Okay, so what happened? They are very conscious. The floor won't get damaged. Fine floor covering. So when the man brought the man was lying on the floor. Man was lying on the floor. So what was the man's condition? Bleeding from the wound where the bullet entered into the body. What happened? The bullet entered into the body. He just entered, or he came to the shore. He's dashing with the stones fallen near the beach. So he had the man was in an unconscious state. So you can understand those wounds get activated again. When it is activated again, you can understand what will be happening. The blood flowing will definitely come. The man has applied, the man refers to Sadao has applied mosh near the beach. Instead, there will be blood. So what happened here? There ought also to be old piece of matting so that the blood would not ruin the fine flooring cover. So they were very much concerned that blood won't destroy the floor. She went out to the back veranda where the gardener kept the strips of matting, with which to protect the delicate herbs on cold night, and took an armful of them. So what he has done, gardener just took those mattings, arranged in the garden that those garden things won't get damaged due to colder winter. Okay, what happened? Flowers or trees, they get damaged due to heavy winter, heavy hot weather season. So he has arranged, he has covered those with the mattings. Now he gave her. When she went back into the room, she saw this was useless. Why this was useless? Students, I've already told you, I've already shared you, the blood had already soaked through the packing in the man's wound and had ruined the mat under it. So already the packing was given. Packing refers to a mosh that was given near the beach, near the shore. Okay. So now what happened? It has broken, the packing did not work, it has choked it, and just the blood has already flown on the what? Floor. The man owned and had ruined the mat under him. Oh, the mat, she cried. Oh, the mat is destroyed. She cried. She was not in a state to accept what had happened. There's a mistake. Yes, it is ruined, Sadao replied, as though he did not care. See the attitude of this man. See the attitude of this man. Whose attitude? Sadao's attitude, Sadao's behavior. This common girl refers to, I'm talking about Hannah. Okay, she behaved, this is her belonging, this is her things, and does not, she is very much afraid, or we can't say afraid, she is very much worried that her things were damaged or it's not in the proper state. But this man, in front of the patient, he is looking only to the patient, he's focusing only to the patient, not anything happening around him. See, one instance I am giving about focusing on the patient right now, and I'll be giving more instances in the chapter. You just mark it down in the text, and if you have text, students. If you don't have, just write it down or take a snapshot, underline it, keep in your mind, because the details reading will help you to write detailed answers and even long answers. Summarize idea will help you to write the only summarized questions, some questions, not all the questions. Okay, so what happened here? Oh, the mat, she cried, it is ruined. Sada replied, as though he did not care. He is not showing his care towards the the matting or the happening around him. Help him to turn him, he commanded her. Just help me him. Means what is he doing? He's working with the patient. Who is the patient in front of him? The enemy, American soldier, who is lying in front of him. And the doctor is Japanese, and they both are enemy right now. But being a doctor, what its obligation? What is his duty? What is important? He's doing that. He's doing his humanitarian behavior first, we can say. But being a doctor, what he's doing is duty first. Because doctor take their oath. As a doctor, whenever they will see the patient, they will treat them. You might have seen this scene in 3 Idiots in the movie. How the doctor has been given the idea, you are a doctor, you should help. And how Amir Khan is trying to convince the doctor. Okay, similarly, how being a doctor he's working, but at the same time, don't forget the Hannah's character. So it is ruined, Sadao replied, and it is ruined, Sadao replied, as though he did not care. Help me to turn him, he commanded. She obeyed him without a word, and he began to wash the man's back carefully. Okay, so what happened? She obeyed him without a word. She did not spoke anything, and he began to wash the man back carefully. He began to wash the man back carefully, very perfectly. He started doing it. Okay, he began to wash. Yumi would not wash him, she said. Now the man is not aware. The man is not aware. The man refers to Sadao is not aware that this work, cleaning him on the upper part of the body, is done by whom? Who has done it? Hannah has done it. Yumi has not done it. So this is not aware, this is not known, this information is not shared. Now she's sharing. Okay, Yumi would not wash him, she said it. Did you wash him then? Sadao asked. Not stopping for a moment. See, he asks, conversation is going on, but he is focusing. He is focusing where? He is focusing in the process of what? Process of doing his job. He's not focusing here and there. He did not stop. Stopping for a moment is swift, conscious movement. See, when you're doing something, writing some answer, reading something, you will disturb yourself. You'll miss your moments, your focus, your consistency, your focus of mind will be disturbed. You cannot continue in the same pace, same speed. You cannot go. So that's where this man is not getting disturbed. He's doing his work very consciously, very perfectly, and keeping his mind on to the patient. Yes, he said, he did not seem to hear her, but she was used to his absorption when he was at work. She wondered means what happened? He did not seem to hear her. He did not seem to hear her means he's not paying much attention. She was used to his absorption when he was at work. Means this man, whenever he's at work, he focus on that. He'll pay less attention to anyone in means background anywhere. She wondered for tokumo, it's a niche or alcove in Japanese form, home for displaying a flower arrangement. kakimono, or the piece of art. So it's a tokonoma. Okay, so its description has been shared here. Okay, so come to next one. She wondered for a moment if it mattered him what was the body upon which he worked so long, as it was for the work he did so excellently. What happened? What she's saying, she wondered for a moment if it mattered to him what was the body upon, means who is that body, whose body it is, which he worked so long, as it was for the work he did so excellently. So, means for him, the body does not matter. It is of his friend, its enemy, its unknown person, whoever it is his patient. Being a doctor, he need to treat. So he is doing his job excellently. Do your work. Do whatever you're doing very excellently. So this man is doing the same. You will have to give the anesthetic if he needs it, he said it. I'm just underlining this word. Okay, I'm just underlining this word. Okay, I just made it the word yellow color. You can see it. He said. He refers to whom, students? He refers to whom? Any answer? He refers to whom? Yeah, you can turn on your mic and you can answer me immediately for quick continuity. Anyone can turn on your mic and you can answer. He refers to whom? Students, come on. Yeah, you can turn on your mic and you can answer me. He refers to whom? Or you can write it down. He refers to him. Quick. I want you must be active. You must not sleep. It's English class. Interactive session must continue. Tell me, who is he here? You will have to give anesthetic if he needs it, he said. Yeah, who is he here, students? Who is he here? Come on, write it down. Tell me. Yeah, I hope you all are active, students. Who is he here? Come on, answer. I need to ask with using your names, students, if you won't answer me. Yeah, come on, answer me. Who is he here? Write it down. Tell me, who is he here? I hope, students, you are able to connect to me. Anup, you tell me, who is he here? Or Arpan? Arpan, tell me, who is he here? Anup? Yeah, answer. Yeah, someone is writing the answer. Sadav, yeah, very good, very good. Sadav, yeah, answer that. That's what I want. Being in the class, if you won't answer. Yeah, Anup is answering, yes, sir. Yeah, who is he here? He refers to Sadav. Very good, Abhipsha. Very good, Abhipsha. He refers to here, Sadav. Speaker is Sadav. Okay. Yeah, answer. Don't raise your hand, Shayan. You answer me. Just write it down in the chat box or turn your mic and answer me. Okay, you turn your mic and you can answer, or you answer in the chat box. You'll have to give the anesthetic if he needs it. Who is he? Okay, who need anesthetic? Who needed anesthetic? Come on. Yeah, Sadav is the speaker. Who needed anesthetic? Who need anesthetic? American soldier need anesthetic. Okay, he need anesthetic. Who will give? You will give the anesthetic. You refers to whom? You will give is referring to whom? Come on, tell me. You will give anesthetic refers to whom? You in the first word, where you will give. You refers to? Come on, yeah, soldier. Yeah, Sadav will give. No, Sadav will. No. You refers to? You refers to Hannah. He is a speaker. Sadav is speaking to Hannah. You will have to give the anesthetic if he needs it. Okay, students, try to understand. I'm stopping. I'm asking. If you're active, answer me. Don't sleep here and there. If you're sleeping, you will be missing. Yeah, you refers to Sadav will give. Okay, no, Sadav, no. It's here. You refers to Hannah. Hannah will give anesthetic. Here, who is asking? Means Sadav is ordering. Come on, you be ready. You will be giving the anesthetic. Questions coming. I told you in the beginning, Hannah character is a very neutral character, means a common character. She is neither doctor nor a nurse. She has read it science, but she has not applied the science. Means she is not neither doctor or a nurse. Okay, she read it. She has information about science, what to be done, but never worked. Practical and theory always are different. So as she has never not a doctor, she is a common then. Okay, she's a common girl, common mass. Okay, she's asking, oh, you have not done, oh, she repeated blankly, but never Have I? Never, miss, yes, never done it. It is easy enough, he said it impatiently. It is very easy. See, you are focusing, you're very much focused with some job, and in front of you, someone saying, what? Means, see, the blank mark is coming, it becomes a question mark for what? For that man who is helping. So he's asking, he becomes impatient, that's why. But answer is coming. He was taking out the packing now. Who is taking out the packing? Dr. Sadao is removing the packing, what he has given near the shore, just what the shore package here, packing has applied. Now he is removing the packing, that mosh, packing refers to the mosh. The blood began to flow. I told you again, I'll repeat the term again. Hannah is not a doctor. Hannah is not a what? A nurse. Hannah is not a professional science student who has applied the science. She is a theoretical student. She has some information about science. She never implemented in her life. Okay, got it clear, students? Similarly, here what the lines are talking here. He peered into wound with the bright surgeon light. See on the forehead in the picture. Okay, in the picture here, just the blue, I am able to show it here, the box. Okay, the picture here, okay. The picture, what a yellow color mark I have given you in this area. You can see the picture here, the yellow light, the focus has been given, and that helps to get the clear view of the wound. Surgeon lights, it is known as surgeon light, fastened on his forehead. The bullet is still there. He said it with cool interest. He's calm and cool. He's focused with the patient, and he's saying the bullet is still there. Now I wonder how deep this rock wound is. How deep the rock wound is, means with the deep means if the rock wound be deep, then bullet might have entered deeper into the body. Bullet might have entered deeper into the body. It will be difficult for this man. Okay, if it is not too deep, it may be that I can get the bullet. Means it will be easy for the surgeon to get the bullet. But the bleeding is not superficial. He has lost much blood. His bleeding is continuous, and due to the reason of continuous bleeding, he has lost the blood. So blood is flowing from the body, and what happens? There is a loss of blood, and due to which he will be in trouble. Okay, so understood till here? I hope students still here, you have understood everything, whatever I explained it. If you have any doubt, you can write it down immediately. I can discuss, I can ask you, explain you, and I can go, I can continue further. Okay, I hope there's no doubt. Yes, I hope there's no doubt. Yes, very good. Yeah, Bipsha, that's correct. Yes, no doubt. Yeah, yes, understood. No, fine. Any more? Yes, students, no doubt, then write it down. Yes, I hope you have understood. Yes, understood, no doubt. Okay, yes, fine, that's correct. Okay, why? It's enough to understand. Let's come to the next paragraph. At this moment, Hannah choked. I told you, Hannah was not a doctor, neither a nurse. She's a common lady, common man. As okay, Aam Aadmi Party. Okay, common man. So Aam Aadmi, what we talk it. Okay, he looked up and saw her face the color of sulfur. Means the see, when you are able to adjust, see what happened. Some people can see the blood and tolerate the situation. See, for example, if you ever visited the operation theater, the line wise arrange the instruments falling inside the operation theater. If someone will see, what will happen? The boy or girl, whoever is inside the operation theater, will be nervous. Okay, so similarly, the Hannah, she is not a doctor or nurse. She's seeing this condition, her face change. So she was nervous. She was pale color, and this man understood with, "Don't faint," he said sharply. Don't faint. Some people don't have the patience to see the blood. Flowing blood, immediately mind will start getting disturbed, unconscious will come, they will fall down. Okay, the same, this girl, this lady, happened the same thing. He did not put down his exploring instrument. Who? He did not. He refers to Sadao. Sadao did not put his exploring what? Instrument. Okay. If I stop now, the man will surely die. She clapped her hands to her mouth and leaped. Okay, she clapped, just she closed her mouth. Vomiting will come. Her mind is not in conscious state. She might fall down. What happened? Ran out of her, keeping the hand on the mouth. Outside in the garden, he heard retching, means vomiting. Retching means vomiting. Okay, means bringing the things from the mouth out. Okay, just she was vomiting. And he went on with his work. Means Sada was busy in his work. The lady went out and she was vomiting. It will be better for her to empty her stomach. It is better to empty her stomach, he thought. He thought it is better. See what happened when someone is unconscious, when someone's health is not good, taking heavy food, it is suggested if he's feeling or she's feeling vomiting, let her or him do it. Same way here the girl or the lady is feeling vomiting, let her do it. So he thought it. He had forgotten that, of course, she had never seen an operation. She has never seen an operation. But her stress, her distress, and his inability to go to her at once made him impatient and irritable with this man who lay like dead under his knife. See, his duty, see again, there is a dilemma. His duty and again where his obligation and responsibility. Okay, being a doctor, his duty is what? To serve the patient. Being a husband, his obligation, I'm not saying duty, again obligation, I'm using the term different. His obligation to look to the wife. But as a profession, as a human, if you leave, he will die, she won't die. So what he's doing is focusing on the man and trying to, but getting irritated. He's not pay attention to the wife. Students, just try to understand what is the change happening, how the man is not focusing the wife. See the character of the girl, of the lady. She is getting what? Vomiting, and again how she's be resuming, what she'll be doing, we'll be seeing the character. Okay, see the next one. What happened here? This man, he thought, there is no reason under heaven why he should leave. Okay, see again, being a patriot, there is a question. Being an enemy, the question comes in. This man, he thought, this man refers to, the man is here, the enemy is, okay, lying in front of the doctor, Dr. Sadao, the man is lying, there's an enemy. And there's no reason under heaven why he should leave. Why he should leave, there's a big question in front of him. Why he should leave? He must not. Okay, unconsciously this thought made him ruthless, and he proceeded swiftly. Why this question is coming, ruthless? Why this question is coming in the mind of Dr. Sadao? Because he is not able to pay attention to the wife. That's why the question is coming. The again obligation and duty is coming in front. Patriotism and the respect of the humanitarian behavior is coming. The dilemma of what to do. He's doing his serving, being a doctor. He's doing first. He's not looking to his enemy. He's not thinking that. Okay, understood, students? So he's thinking that this in his dream the man moaned, but Sada paid no heed except to murder him. Okay, so what happened when you operated? See what happened? A small prick moves inside our finger. We feel pain and we start shouting. You can understand bullet is inside the body, and a man is trying to search the bullet, inserting this the instrument to get the bullet, to catch the bullet. And he's not having that operation theater. He can use much technology to get it. Okay, students. So you can understand the situation of Sadao, the situation of the patient. So students, you can understand what is happening here. Okay, students. What I was talking, try to understand here. Okay, the unconsciously this thought made him ruthless, and he proceeded swiftly. Okay, unconsciously this thought, what serving to this man, is it right or wrong? In his dream, this man moaned, but Sadao paid no heed except to murder at him. See his habit. What is habit? See what happened? This man is shouting. You can understand when there's a bullet inside the man's body, and the man, what will happen when the a small nail enter inside the hand? How painful it is to us. Okay, how we shout, how we get disturbed to the situation. Similarly, here it is happening. Bullet is inside the man's body. The bullet is inside the man's body. What happened? Ground, he muttered, ground if you like. I'm not going to doing this for my own pleasure. In fact, I do not know why I'm doing it. See, trying to understand the statement. Ground, you can shout, you're in a pain as much you can. If you like, I'm not doing this for my own pleasure. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not doing for own pleasure. In fact, I don't know why I'm doing it. I don't know what the reason of doing it. Even this man is not aware. Because why it is not aware? He's in a dilemma. He's in a confusion state. What to do? Duty and obligation. Humanitarian behavior and patriotism that is coming in for him. What he should do, that is coming a big question mark. The door opened and there was Hannah again. See the Hannah character. She's back again. Where is anesthetic? See, when someone will vomit, when someone will be unconscious state, after vomiting, he or she won't be favorable doing or coming to the situation. But here, the Hannah, she is returning and she is able to see what we can say. She is able to do it. Means he's asking, where is anesthetic? She asked a clear voice. Sada motioned with his chin. Okay, she's just he is able to give a little bit smile. Okay, showing the movement of the face. It is as well that you came back. He said, it is very good. It's good seeing you. You are back. This fellow is beginning to steer. I mean, this fellow is beginning to move. When he's moving the instruments inside the body, this fellow is getting disturbed. He's not paying attention. He's not concentrating. He is moving. She had the bottle and some cotton in her hand. She had bottle and cotton in her hand. But how shall I do it? She asked. She has never done it. I told you she's neither doctor nor a nurse. Okay, but how shall I do it? She's asking. Simply saturate the cotton, hold it near his nostril. His nostril means refers to the bottle's nostril. So thou replied without dealing for one moment an intricate detail of his work. See, you saturate the water means saturate the what? Cotton. Suppose this is a bottle and the mouth of the bottle, suppose as if this is a bottle, and mouth of just keep it, collect it and keep the near the nose of the patient. Keep near the nose of the patient. Who is the patient here? American soldier. Okay, as it is near the nostril of the patient. Okay, near the nostril of the patient. When you breathe, immediately that thing or that flubber will go inside his breath and he'll be in a what? Unconscious state. He cannot feel what is happening when the operation process will continue. The intricate detail of the work. When he breathes badly, move it away a little and the thing will go inside his nose. She crouched close to the sleeping face of the young American. She crouched close to the sleeping face of the young American, and it was piteous thin face, he thought, and lips were twitched. I mean, she was keen observation. When did she do the keen observation? Second time. First time when she was washing the upper part of the body, and this is second time she is doing the keen observation. Second time. Okay, second time the keen observation is doing. She's doing. Okay, what she's able to feel. It was a piteous thin face, very showing the pity there. She thought, and the lips are twisted with the pain. You just crush your mouth with the pain when you bear the pain, when you accept the pain. The man was suffering whether he knew it or not. The man, whether he was aware about it or not. This man was suffering whether he knew it or not. Watching him, she wondered if the stories they heard sometimes of the sufferings of the prisoners were true. Okay, she's thinking what she's thinking, looking to the what this boy. Sometimes the newspaper will listen about the prisoners, whether it is true or not. They came like flickers of rumor. See, when you listen some informations, and suppose for example, when you watch a movie, okay, when you watch a movie and the character is like you are a boy of school class 11 or 12, the character is like the same. Later on, what you are doing, you're bunking the class, moving here and there. Suppose the character is like you similarly, and what happened later on the stage, what the problem he or she is facing, you're also facing the same. What happened? You think that the same thing will happen in your life. Okay, so what happened? the man was, so what, she read something in the newspapers and all, and like the same, looking this boy face, the thing, same events, same informations, the same idea that she has collected is returning to him, returning to her like a flashback. That came like flickers of rumor, told by word of mouth and always contradicted. See, when we listen, means when we hear some informations and whether we don't know whether it is correct or not. In the newspaper, the reports were always that wherever the Japanese armies went, the people received them gladly. Wherever Japanese army people, see, we at the present day, we treat very nicely to the army people. Okay, wherever these army people go, they are welcomed, they're treated very nicely. In the newspapers, the reports were always that wherever the Japanese armies went, the people received them gladly, very happily. This was they are the pride. Okay, pride means they get proud for that. They're the pride of the country, and they feel proud, with cries of joy at liberation. The cries of joy. So in the joy that, see, we get emotional, and these people are responsible for liberation, by getting freedom. But sometimes you remember such men like General Takima. I am underlining it. You just underline it, making it bold. Okay, yellow color, darken it. You remember the name, General Takima, who at home beat his wife cruelly. What happened? See, there is another instance what she is able to recall. Who at home beat his wife cruelly, hit her very badly. Okay. Though no one mentioned it now that he had fought so victorious a battle in Manchuria. No one had mentioned that she had fought a battle in Manchuria. If a man like that could be so cruel to a woman in his power, would he not be cruel to one his like this instance? She leaves a question mark. She has a doubt. The army people, this man can be so cruel to the what? To the wife, loved one, near and dear one, a heart-touching lady, and how cruel these people would be. Okay, welcome to the English coaching class. I am English teacher Ashik Rahman. And in our last class, students, we were discussing on the chapter The Enemy. And in the last class, we have just in the shape where the process of operation was going on. The doctor was there with his patient, and doctor was in his dilemma situation, whether he should deal with the patient, he should be a patriot, or he should take care of wife. So many dilemmas, so many confusing situations came in front of the doctor. But doctor did not get, or doctor was not focusing on any of that mishappening, but he focused only to the patient. Okay, any wrong happening was going on, he didn't focus, and he was there with the patient only. So with this situation, Hannah, common lady, and she is focusing to serve here. She's serving. She was this man, and then in the second stage we are able to see this girl. This girl refers, I'm again talking about Hannah. Again we are seeing that she's back for what? Giving anesthetic. We see that she's back for giving anesthetic, and while giving a very quiet observation, very keen observation, very close observation, she is able to recall about instance of General Takima, and how these people are being an army, being a proud, we get proud of these people being an army people, means we welcoming these people as they save us with the dangers, with the enemies attack to us. So recalling these events, she's thinking that how these people, General Takima, will be a cruel man, or how cruelty this man has been getting injured. So how cruelly the people have hit him, or being an enemy, people have used their power on him. So just she's able to recall looking to the face of this poor boy, young boy. She hoped anxiously that this young man had been tortured. Okay, she hoped anxiously this man had been tortured. She able to understand this man has been tortured. It was at this moment that she observed deep red scars on his neck. So there was a mark near the neck, scratch mark. Means when you have a fight with the others, you'll be getting the mark near the neck. The same way there was a scar mark near the neck, just under the ear. Under the ear there was a mark. Those scars, she murmured, lifting her eyes to Shadab. Just she murmured, she wanted to say, this scar. Okay, but he did not answer. All this moment he felt the tip of his instrument strike against something hard. So tip of the instrument, that you can understand the knife is getting hit to the what? Hit to the portion of the bullet, back of the bullet. He is able to feel it. Dangerously near the kidney. Near the kidney, the bullet is near the kidney. Now the man is in danger. Man is in danger. And he felt only the purest pleasure. He felt only the purest pleasure. He probed with his fingers delicately and familiar with every atom of his human body. Okay, this man, see, expert hand, we'd say. If that man is doctor is expert, then go for the treatment. People say no, speak. So when there's a what? He felt only the purest pleasures. He's getting the pleasure he's enjoying. He proved with his fingers. He proved with his fingers, means he used his technique. He used his skilled hands, delicately familiar with every atom of his human body. As every atom of his human body, he's aware. Doctors know which part everything is there, where to enter, where to bring it out. His old American professor of anatomy had seen to that knowledge. Ignorance of the human body is the surgeon's cardinal sin, sirs. Okay, he had 100 at his classes year after year. Okay, I am just underlining it, this sentence first, then I'll explain that. He had thundered at his classes year after year. Means, see, when you don't have proper diagnosis, when you don't have proper detailing, which portion the teeth is, or which portion the kidney is, which portion the eye is having the problem, where to enter. If there is no proper diagnosis, if there is no proper information, then there will be a problem. Okay, so it has been learned that surgeon cardinal sin, as human commit a sin, a paap. So as if the doctor is responsible for the patient death. To operate without as complete knowledge of the body as if you had made it anything less than that is murder. Less than that it is murder. You have done a murder as if that scene you have created. So if you don't have a proper knowledge, if you don't have proper idea of human body. Okay, got it clear? It is not quite at the kidney, my friend, Sadao murmured. It is not quite at the kidney, my friend. Sadao murmured. It is not quite at the kidneys. Now he observed properly and then murmured. See, this man is having a habit of murmuring while operation is going on. It was his habit to murmur to the patient when he forgot himself in an operation. Okay, he forget that he is in a process of doing operation. My friend, and even he used this term as my friend. Actually, this man is his enemy, not friend. But when he is there treating to his patient, if you won't treat like a friend, you cannot do the treatment. You cannot do the treatment. You cannot go for the operation. He always called his patient, and so now he did, forgetting that this was his enemy. So always he is doing the same. Now he is doing also the same, forgetting that he is his enemy. Then quickly, with the cleanest and most precise of incision, the bullet was out. With the cleanest and most precious of incision with the scissor, those knives, using those skills. Now he is able to bring out what? The bullet. The man quivered, but he was still unconscious. Okay, he gave a strange pain, different pain, but still he was unconscious. Nevertheless, he muttered a few English words. Girds, he muttered, choking. They got my girds. Means as if someone is giving pain. They have killed me. They have got me in the pain. That okay, Sadao. Hannah cried sharply. Hush, Sadao said. When seeing this situation, Hannah started shouting. She was not able to bear even the pain, but she is there with the doctor, watching minutely, observing the scene. She is there with the doctor. Okay. And doctor is saying, hush, stop, don't shout. Man sang, means as if he is trying to make her cool, to have patience to observe what is happening. The man sank again into silence so profound that Sadao took up his wrist. Okay, so now see, the doctor used the wrist to check the pulse rate, whether pulse rate is normal or going down, whether the pulse rate is normal or going down. So similarly, so the man sank again, the silence so profound that Sadao took up his wrist. Hating the touch of it, means see the enemy, hating is there, hatred is there in the heart, in the action even, but the reality is there. Being a doctor, humanitarian behavior is coming up. Yes, there was still a pulse so faint. There is still a pulse so faint, so feeble, but enough. If he want the man to leave, to give hope. Okay, what happened? If you want the man to leave, to give hope. So if you want the man will leave, so give hope. Don't have a hope. To give hope, you have some hope. But certainly I do not want the man to leave, he thought. See, here again, there is a collision of the same thing. The man is saying that I don't want, but again she is helping. He is doing his job. And the idea is I don't want this man should leave. No more anesthetic, he told Hannah. No, I won't give any anesthetic. He turned as swiftly as though he had never paused from his medicines. He chose a small vial and from it filled a hypodermic and thrust it into the patient's left arm. He took out a syringe and just injected in his left arm. Then putting down the needle, he took the man's wrist again. The pulse under his finger fluttered once or twice, then grew stronger. Now with the giving that medicine, injection to that man, now the nerves, the pulse rate is perfect. The man will leave in spite of all, he said to Hannah inside. In spite of all, everything, in spite of every situation, the man is going to leave. The man won't die, he said to Hannah with sigh. The young man woke, so weak. The man woke, so weak. His blue eyes terrified, and he perceived. Yeah, some message, sir. Please repeat the paragraph again. Okay. What happened here? See, I'm repeating it. I'm explaining this part again. And there's asking a student is asking to repeat it. What happened here? So, no more anesthetic, he told to Hannah. The big dilemma, being a patriot, thought is coming. Why we should save? But showing the humanitarian, being a doctor, he's saving. That's why he's saying. He told to Hannah, no more anesthetic. You won't give anesthetic, where this man will become back to the conscious state. He turned as swiftly as though he had never paused from his medicines. He chose a small vial and from it filed a hypodermic and thrust it into the patient's left arm. So you students try to understand here. He took the injection and just injected in the body, in the left arm. Okay, thrust is means as in the glass, small glass, thrusted, broken it, took the injection that is the small vial. From that he has taken the hypodermic, and then he injected. Then put down the needle and just he put down another into the man's wrist again. pulse under his fingers flutter. Again, now he started checking the pulse rate. Once or twice, then grew stronger. After a few minutes, the pulse was perfect. See, right now, thing was there in a dilemma. Why should save him? The action is talking, words are not. See, words are mere words, but action is everything. What you do that matters, what instead of what you speak. So the man is, what he's trying to do is saving, is protecting this man. But the action, what he's trying to say, why should he save the enemy? Why should he be coming with the support of enemy? So I hope you are able to understand. Yeah, Abhipsha, you understood the paragraph? Yes, I hope you're able to understand, Abhipsha. If yes, write it down. Why? Yeah, in the chat box. Yes, very good. So this man will leave in spite of all. This man refers to whom? To the Sadao. No, sorry, not Sadao, the American war of prisoner. Sadao has said, he said to Hannah with sigh, the young man woke so weak. The young man woke and so weak, his blue eyes so terrified when he perceived, when he started looking, when he started seeing them, it looked very terrified. Where he was, the Hannah felt compelled to apologize. Okay, apologize. Hannah felt compelled to apologize. She herself served him, for none of the servants would enter the room. Okay, what happened here? The young man woke so weak, his blue eyes so terrified when he perceived, when he started looking where he was. The man started looking, where is he? Looking here and there, everything. The Hannah felt compelled to apologize. Okay, in front of him, the Hannah was there, so she was compelled. She herself served him, for none of the servants would enter the room. She did not think anything, but she has done her job. Being a common man, being a common lady, she helped him. Okay, she has done a what? Marvelous, wonderful job. Okay, a doctor, more than a doctor can do. So when she came in the first time, she saw him summon his small strength to be prepared for some fearful things. What happened when she came in the first time? She saw him summon his small strength to be prepared for some fearful things. Don't be afraid, she began him softly. How come you speak English? He grasped. Okay, what happened? So he's trying to make, she saw him summon his small strength to be prepared for some fearful things. Don't be afraid, she begged him softly. Don't be afraid. Whatever you have done, don't be afraid. Have patience. How come you speak English? He grasped. Okay, so here he refers to whom? Yes, students, again the same question. How can you speak English? He gasped. He gasped again. He gasped. He refers to whom, students? Come on, answer me. Yes, students, he refers to whom? Yes, quick. Students, be very quick enough to answer. He refers to whom? Sadao, see here what the question is. How come you speak English? He gasped. I was a long time in America, she replied. Means here he refers to, he gasped, he refers to the American soldier, prisoner. Very good, Arpan. Well try, Abhipsha. Okay, here he refers to American soldier. Okay, the war of prisoner. The war of prisoner refers to he. And I was a long time in America. I have spent a long time in America, she replied. She saw that he wanted to reply to that, but he could not. So she knelt and fed him gently from the proclaimed spoon. She knelt down and she started feeding him. He ate unwillingly, but still he ate. He was not interested, but he still ate. Now you will soon be stronger, she said, not liking him and yet moved to comfort him. Okay, he did not answer. When Sadao came in the third day after the operation, he found the young man sitting up, his face bloodless with this effort. Okay, with this effort, his face seems to be different. Okay, the experience is different. Okay, when Siddharth came in the third day after the operation. Okay, now after the operation is done, they are in the third day. He found the young man sitting up, his face bloodless with the effort. His face, man, is sitting here with the effort. Bloodless. There is no blood. Bloodless means he is now feeling relaxed, normal. Okay. With the effort, he is giving some effort to come back into the normal life. Lie down, Siddharth cried. Don't you want to die? Students, this is the page number 36. This is the page number 36. We have done till here. Okay, when Siddharth came in third day after the operation, he found the young man sitting up, his face bloodless with the effort. Students, till here we have done it. Okay, till here we have done it. In our next class, we will continue from here. Okay, in a one go, if I'll teach you long, it's a big chapter. What happened? You may be sometimes be confused. The things won't be very clear to you, and the confusion won't be easy for you to understand the chapter. So again, I have already done the 2 parts of the chapter or 3 parts. This video with a big explanation will be there. You can see and you can learn. Next class, again I'll be continuing from here. Same here, lie down, Dr. Siddharth cried, do you want to die? From here we'll continue with the discussion of flashback events in a very short, and we'll continue from here. So I request students, don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't forget to share to your friends. As much as you will share, so many people will come in my contact, and by this everyone can get benefit out of this channel. So I request everyone to share your friends and let them get benefit as you are getting it. Okay, and similarly, don't forget to like my video. That will show you as much like you do. Similarly, that is my effort, rewarding me, giving my efforts, showing me positive. Okay, students. So I sign out. Bye bye. Good night. Happy dreams, sweet dreams, and have a good time. Okay, so don't waste your time, students. It's a pandemic time. Give you more time and try to learn and try to come back with the classes. Okay, thank you, students. Goodbye, good night.